All right, same thing as last time. We are going to try to do the homework without having ever really looked at it before. My TA, Sarov, super amazing guy, he made this assignment. We talked a little bit about what it should cover, but I didn't really see how it gets implemented. So I'm going to go through it blind, just like anybody else, and I'm going to say whatever it is that comes to mind. So what I've been told is to use this template. Let's do exactly that. We're just going to use it in my own personal account. Homework 2 blind the demo. I may delete this after I'm done with it. After it is here, we can clone it. Stop. Clone it. Let's do terminal. Go into here, get clone this. Blind demo, code this. And then I'm going to do an npmi. And I'm pretty sure, just like the previous assignment, I can do an npm run dev, and it's going to break in some interesting way where it just doesn't work at all. Let's go find what's causing this to not work at all. Write code here. Okay, so if this is a function and it's supposed to return something, we're going to return that. And then let's see if that empty return value actually works. Definitely not seeing anything here. Let's pop this back in so that it's part of the browser. Unique titles is not defined. At landing TSX 104. Unique titles is not defined. I'm going to say, so where is this supposed to be? It's a function. Unique titles is being created here within this function context. I'm just going to create const unique titles equals nothing, an empty string. It has type that. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about my TypeScript errors right now. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, I've got sun coming through my blind, so you might see some light, and that's just me. Current chat is not defined in landing 121. Chat, yeah. From an array of all previous chats. Oh, and I'm not even following the to-dos. I'm just trying to make this work. Current chat equals, and do we know what it should be? Chat message, it has a role and a content. So I'm going to say role, this role, content, this content. And that might just work. Let's come back over here. Current chat dot map. What? Why are you talking about current chat dot map? Okay. So current chat, oh, it has a list of those things. So where's current chat? So I'm going to say this like so. Come back over here. Oh, now we've got okay, great. So I've got functionalities. This is what I want to build something that I can see, and then I will move on from there. So I'm seeing, okay, I've got the role, the thing that I put in here, this content that I put in here. Okay, this seems like it's doing what I expect it to do. Now I've just got to start adding more functionality based on the to-dos. So let's go back to our description, maybe read something over here. Yeah, here. Installing, done. You just need to complete the functionality as described in the to-dos. Okay. Let's do that. Let's find to-dos. So I'm going to scroll back. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more right now. And I'm going to see what it is I'm trying to add. Let's find out where are the words to-dos, literally in feedback request and in landing. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen here in feedback request, which I'm pretty sure is going over to here. And is it going to break? Is it? Oh yeah, so it doesn't function yet, but it seems there's two main components to this React project, and I'm going to try and fill in both of them. So here in feedback requests, I don't care about it. I care about landing. So in landing, we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't watch his video beforehand. I'm just going to kind of wing it, see what happens. Reset every state to default. Okay, so I have no idea what this value is going to. Just learning about what's going on here. Input field, value, on change, set target, set value target. Okay, so this is going to keep track of what's typed in here. I bet if I open the components of my React dev tools, so I have the React developer tools installed, which are highly recommended if you're doing any React stuff. This is inside of which component value is inside of a component named landing. All right, landing is loading. Why does it take so long to load? Just retry it. Yeah, okay, whatever. And if I update it, okay, whatever this is, presumably that's value, that gets updated so that it can be used in some situation when we set this message. So when we click the new chat button, there's a new, so new chat doesn't actually reset anything. So I definitely want to reset this, set values to nothing, and then set message to nothing. And I'd imagine these are all, so set current title, set previous chats. I don't care about those. Let's just save that and see whether this does what we want it to do. Hit new and then it all goes away. Okay, that makes sense for me. So this value and this message are doing what we expect them to do. That's spectacular. What comes next? I wrote code there. Okay, I think I finished that, but I have no idea whether I actually finished it. Done. It's called when you click any title in the history pane. So presumably this is the history pane over here. And this is going to set the current title as unique title and reset the message and value state. This is presumably the message state. Sorry, not the message state. This is the message state. This is the entire chat state. And this handle click is, do I have any? It'll have to get added someplace, right? I don't want to mess with that one because I don't know what it does yet. Generate random sentence. Do I have to do anything with this? No. Is assigned a value but never used. Okay, that'll get used eventually, presumably. Subject, verb, object. That's fantastic. Get messages. Generate a random sentence. Call the function that generate. Well, okay. Which returns a value. Update the message state to this response. I guess this is trying to tell me to update the message. This is the message. Let's see what happens. Generate random sentence does not take any stuff. I'm going to set message to generate random message. Okay, that's what the to-do told me to do. Where does this get called? On click, submit. Okay, so if I submit, okay, so this thing, whatever the heck this is supposed to be, I don't know which thing this is. I'm setting the message, but that's probably not the right thing. This is get message, right? Which one am I clicking on? What is this? Let's find out. Inspect, submit. There's an input field, and then there's a submit, which has an on click of get messages. Generate a random message. Update the message state. Okay, where's the message state? Yeah, I've got the message state. I hate when this gets stuck in here. So value, I'm going to comment this so that I know what the heck's going on. Presumably value is whatever is typed into the input field, and message is, yeah, sure, whatever. That makes sense, right? I trust you, Copilot. You've never sent me the wrong way before. Not true, not true. All right, where was I? So I see in the React application, when I submit something, so this is what I say, this is what the bot says. I hit submit, and after I submit, there's all these other hooks. I have no idea what they are connected to. Parse hook names. Oh, that's cool. That's helpful. So value message, previous chats, and current title. Okay. Current title. I don't see a title anywhere, so that probably hasn't been rendered out yet. And these are stale. I don't know why they aren't getting reset. I imagine that this has a to-do in it. Yeah. Generate a random sentence. I did that. Call the function that generates random sentence. Update the message state to this response. Okay. I mean, I would want, after I click on that, for it to reset. Like, I just think what's supposed to happen here is this. Like, if I were to go like this and I submit, then that one's gone. That's cool. I type it in, I hit submit, it's gone. That's cool. Okay, that's what I would expect to happen. I'm not seeing all the to-do stuff in here. All right. Now, use effect. So what happens is when this component gets mounted, I believe, that this is going to do things that might have side effects. So if there isn't a current title and there is a value and there is a message, then set current title to value. If there is a current title and there is a value and there is a message, so update the previous chat's state. Oh, okay. I think I know what's happening here. So when we are using a React router, which if you've already done the assignment, and again, watching this video is intended for people that have already done the assignment. So I'm going to jump around. I'm going to assume you already know what's going on. If I come into my nav bar, no, not my nav bar, into my app. Yeah. So there's these different routes. So I can either be on the slash or I can be on the feedback. If I click between them, I should be able to go over to feedback. I should be able to go to feedback. I should be able to go home, and the state of this stuff is still going to be there. It's still going to exist within something. That doesn't actually 100% make sense, because when you get unmounted, your hooks probably stop existing. I have a feeling that's the case, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to see what happens here. I'm going to follow the to-dos and not really make us think about it otherwise. I'm just going to do what the to asked me to do. Update the previous chat state. On every update, you should include two new objects in the array, along with the earlier objects. First object is responsible for user input message. Second object is displaying the bot's output message. Okay, the object should be following title and role and content. Okay, the object should be title, role, content, and with the associated titles and content for user and bot. Set current title. Update the previous chat's state. Include the new objects in the array, along with the earlier objects. Let's see. Let's say new chats equals every object, you include two new objects in the array. Okay, I don't know how that thing gets rendered out. I kind of want to see, okay, current chat. So there's an array with an element in this. Oh, I made that. It doesn't quite matter. I'm going to have to fix that. I just want to see how it's getting splatted into the list, and then that will help me understand what's going on. I'm going to pause for a second. All right, where was I? Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the structure is, how the actual thing gets rendered out, so I know what the shape of the data is that has to go in. Let's see, I've got this class named main, and it's going to have the current title. So that's going to get set on the thing, and then there's going to be current chat map, message role, okay. Input container, okay. I kind of don't understand. Oh, right. So what I'm seeing here, yeah, so there's the sidebar, and it's going to get rendered. And then there's going to be the main part, and this gets rendered. So let's look over to this guy again. Okay, this presumably is going to get switched over to current title when current title actually gets set. And we want this to magically populate. Current title needs to get set when we select one of these specific chats. And then current chat.map. And then that's going to be individual chat messages, which themselves has roles and contents. And then I'm going to show a role, then I'm going to show a content. So when there's only one of them, it just shows just that one. So current chat is an array of, yeah, those things. Yeah, I made that. So TypeScript is inferring that type. That's not necessarily what the writer, the author of this homework assignment wants it to be, but that seems to work. That's probably the right thing. And it's going to get iterated over to show all of those individual LIs, those list elements, list items is what those are, with the message role and message content. Okay, so there's going to be a big old list of those. There's also previous chats that are important. Where are the previous chats? So there's current chats and previous chats. We want to get the current chats into the correct format. We're going to get the previous chats into the correct format. And then I think we'll be done here. Let's see what we got. Sidebar. On click create new chat. History pane. Unique titles dot map. So unique titles is like a list of the individual chat things that exist. There's an entire chat. Got the feedback. None of this has to be changed. Current chat. Where can we set the current chat? Get the current chat from the array of previous chats. Current is defined as all the previous chats with title equals current title. Okay, so if I could populate this previous chat with something meaningful. So previous chats starts as completely empty. On every update, you should include 2 new objects in the array. Okay, so titles are these unique things which get set for each individual chat. On every update, you should include 2 new objects in the array. Okay, so what they're trying to tell us to do here, let's see if we can get this one to work right. So we're going to set previous chats, and then that actually looks correct. I don't know where the current title comes out, but I'm going to guess that's right. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so big thing is where the heck does the current title come from? Where is it being set? We use if there isn't a current title, then set it. If there is a current title, then set update previous chats. Oh, this is an else if. It's just set the current title. Okay. To value, and value is the thing that you typed in. So like the first thing that you said. I think value is what you say, and message, I don't know where the heck message is what the bot says, right? This is what I say. do an example. This is what I say. I hit send, and then this is what the bot says. Okay, so value is my thing. Message is the response. That kind of makes sense. Yep, value message current title. Okay, that looks right. That looks right. Thank you, Copilot. You're abrasive. Get the current chat from the array of all previous chats in const current chat. Is defined as all of the previous chats. So what would this be? This would be like previous chats dot filter. Predicate is that accepts the filter method calls a predicate function one time for each element, returns the elements of an array that meet the condition. But it's not a Boolean, right? When I think about filter, I thought filter functions should return a Boolean. As in like true, you keep it, false, you don't. But this looks more like it's a... Hold on, let's go ask Google. How about I ask my robot friend? Does array.filter require me to return a Boolean or the array element in JavaScript? Boolean. Okay. But that's what previous chats is an array. So that description, the description I was getting out of this predicate takes a value and an index and an array, and then value is chat message. That does not make sense to me, but we'll figure it out. So we want to say X. So let's do chat message and then chat message dot. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Now, how can I test that what I've done works? So current chat dot map. Yeah, that all looks fine. What happens if I do this? So did that do anything? No, it didn't do anything. But let's see. Previous chats. No. So current chat is previous chats. And so where is set previous? See, set previous chats adds this stuff on use effect. That is a little confusing. I'm just going to keep doing all the to-dos and then we'll go back through and figure out what actually is happening here. Write code here. Get all the array of unique titles. The previous chat is an array of chat message. We already did that. Oh, no. Previous chat is an array of chat message. From this array, fetch and create an array of all unique titles. Okay. What? Previous chat. Set previous chats. Okay. Where's this previous chat? Singular. So this is the sidebar. Unique titles. So get an array of unique titles. Okay, so let's say const unique titles equals new set. Stop it. Okay, what does that do? This takes previous chats and pulls the titles out, and I just want to uniqueify those. So unique titles should be a, wait, how is, Oh, I did that just to make stuff work. So how do I turn that? So I'm going to ask my friend here. I turn, how do I defy a list of strings in JS? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is exactly what I wanted. So that means I want to do ... new set. I was really close. Guys. Set of all this. Yeah, that's what I want. I'll write your code there. Okay, that does what I expect it to do. Complete the callback function called onClick. The relevant function to be called onClick has already been created for you. And what is the relevant function, might I ask? Get messages? Nope. Generate random sentence? Nope. Nope. I don't see this quote unquote function you're quote unquote talking about here, my guy. Create a list. Complete the callback function. What? This doesn't make sense. Call to onClick has already been. Each list item should show a unique title with an event listener attached to it. Oh, so the presumably the event listener, when you click on a thing in your history pane of chat of 44 GPT, should activate that specific chat. So that's like set current chat. Is there a set current chat? Let's create new chat. Set current title. No, that's not how I want to. Who knows and who cares? What are we doing? Trying to set this up. Okay. Unique titles. Map. And for each unique title in the list of all chats, I should have a button or I should attach an onClick. The relevant function has already been created for you. That is exasperating because I don't see this function you're talking about. Get messages. Okay. No, I don't care. Generate random sentence. This function is called when you click on any title. Oh, so it hasn't been created. So the function has been created, but the functionality hasn't been created. Set the current title as unique title. Oh, wow. Good job. Reset the message and the value state. Shouldn't it also like populate into the main body all of the whatever? Maybe that's a reactive thing that's going to happen someplace else. Okay, so the function, so this is called handle click. That's really not a great naming, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Where were we writing our code? We were down here in the return statement. So let's say, so this can purely be, no, li, and then in here, so key equals index, and what's the index is going to be index, and onClick is going to be called that god-awful function name, handle click. I don't know why I think that might be my Vim thing. Expected type comes from property on click is void. What? And attach an on click. Why are you yelling at me about this? Type house event handler HTML li element. Unique title. No. Handle click. Is called when you click any title in the history pane. Unique title. I don't understand. Yeah, so presumably you're supposed to call it with the current title. Not necessarily the current title, but the title of the thing that's being clicked on. Okay. That looks right. So I'm defining a function where it's like, when you call this function, this is something that I forgot to include in my video about JavaScript features. So there's a thing in JavaScript called a closure, where when you define a function, in this case, I'm defining this function right here, you implicitly scoop up all of the variable values that are necessary to execute that function the moment you define it. So what's interesting here is when unique title right here is set to whatever this value is, and then this li gets created. This creates a function here, but it creates this function closure that scoops up the value of unique title the moment this function was created. So if there were like 5 different unique titles, I would create 5 different functions and they will look exactly the same, right? They will be this function that takes no arguments. And as a result of calling this function, the handle click will be applied to the unique title and that return value will be used as the click handler. That's what will happen as a side effect of you clicking on the thing. So this unique title, even though it changes over time, like maybe the time that this gets clicked on is not the time that it was created here, but it's going to be saved like that. It remembers that temporary value, the value that unique title had the moment it got defined, and it uses that whenever it gets called. So that's called a closure. That's a unique, important aspect of JavaScript that you should definitely be aware of. I think that's what is expected of me there. So I add an on-click, I add a key. I don't have any red squigglies. I'm super happy about that. I doubt, so where is the next thing? So I don't have to change anything there. So I think I did all the to-dos. Let's go back over here and see what happens. It's just getting absorbed. If I hit new chat, it just gets absorbed. Yeah, I'm so confused by this use of use effect. So use effect. So is it appropriate? Is it appropriate to say that use effect hooks only run when the component is mounted? No. Configured or on specific prop state changes. Okay, so this stateful change, oh yeah, that's right. So this will change. So this function gets rerun every time either message changes or current title changes, and when it gets mounted. So when message changes, message will get changed by set message. And this gets called in get messages and in create new chat. And create new chat gets click. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What's going on here? Let's see. When does this get messages? So this gets called here. I can do some, I think you're not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Console.log use effect called. Fantastic. Come back over here. We've got our console open. Use effect is called. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So why isn't my... Did I leave that line in there that sets message or current chat is previous chat filter? Current title. Oh, let's go back over to our components. Do we have a current title? No. Let's do this magic button. We don't have a current title. Why is the current title never changing? Set current title is when you click on one of the things in the list. Yeah, but we never do that. If current title is null and there is a value, and so I did that thing that I probably wasn't supposed to do, where I set message to blank. Did I set message to blank someplace that I wasn't supposed to? Reset the message. Yeah, okay, that's where I'm supposed to do it. Generate a random sentence. Set this. Okay. Set value. So yeah, this is where me thinking that I should do the thing that's logical might have screwed me up. Let's see what happens if I do this. Oh, fantastic. But I still don't. Oh, is this because I'm in like dark mode? Is that what's happening? Brave, how do I go to not dark mode? Dark mode. There we go. Set this to light mode. No. Is there somebody over here? No. There it is. Oh. Okay. New chat. New chat. No. The new chat button. Hold on. Let's inspect this over here. So there is an element in the history. Routes rendered route, blah, blah, blah. Landing. Weird. Let's come back over here. All right. So now I'm kind of curious. What happens if I npm run test? Yeah, I'm probably not going to get anything working. Yeah, I didn't pass a single test. That's not surprising. How am I doing? 38 minutes? 38 minutes of programming so far. Let's see what happens next. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rip out all of the tests that have to do with the live version, because the live version isn't actually meaningful for what we're trying to get done. Then I'm going to come back over here, and npm run test should finish much faster. Yeah. And that'll rerun over and over and over again if I just leave that running. So let's just do that. Then we'll open another window. And we're going to npm run dev 5174. This one was 73. Yeah, that's where my test. That's too complicated. Screw it. npm run dev. Come on. Okay, so that's not respawn, resetting. If I create a new chat creation, that one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. Okay, let's go back through here and figure out click event of new chat. When I click create new chat, set value and set message should blank those out. Okay, that does work. Reset every state to new. So every state? Do you want me to set? Previous chat doesn't make sense. I would set current title to nothing. Previous chats, I don't think that just doesn't make any sense. This function is called when you click any title in the history pane. Set the current title as unique title. Reset the message and value state. Okay, that makes sense. When you click on any title in the history pane. Okay, where do we click on the history pane? History pane, here, create new chat, okay. Unique titles. Let's see, do I have any unique titles whatsoever? Okay, unique titles is not one of these things. So there are previous chats and they all have content, role, title. That's not right. Previous chats have to have like their, title FFFF. Title FFFF. Okay. So title. So there is a unique title. Oh, I created a list element, then I didn't put anything in it. I am super smart at computers, everybody. Let's just make this unique title. There we go. Now the unique title is there. But if I create a brand new chat and I give it a different thing. There we go. Now there's different content. And if I select that one, it switches over. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That makes sense. Let's do a test. Oh, I'm passing a non-zero number of tests. That's exciting. I want to fix the things that make sense. Like, well, the fact this is black on dark gray is driving me nuts, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then, so after I hit submit, set current title, write the logic. On every update, you should include 2 new objects in the array. Get the current chat. Okay. Get the array of unique titles. The previous chat is an array of chat message. Yeah, that's the scroll back. Create a, okay. Set value on change. Yeah, that's fine. Get messages. Update the message state to this. Set the message state. Where do they want me to clear out? Yes, handle click. That makes sense. Hold on. Handle click when you click on any title in the history pane. I clicked on it. Function is called and click event of the new chat button. Reset every state. I just can't believe that's what they want you to do. It drives me nuts. All right, what happens next? Okay. Like what I would want to do is when I type something in here and I hit send, this should get wiped out, right? But submit doesn't tell me to do that. Let's see if I just do it here anyway. Set value to nothing. Didn't I have that there? And it didn't want me to do that. Let's just completely restart. Yeah, it doesn't doesn't want me to do that. The use effect runs after message has been changed. So what I think I'm probably supposed to do is in the use effect, I should wipe it out as opposed to where I just did it. So I'm going to get, whoa. Okay. In this use effect, I'm going to wipe out set value and set message because I'm going to do it after it has used value and message. Let's just see what happens now. Current title. Okay, well, current title got set, but it actually didn't get rendered. So current title, set current title. On handle click, right? But when they create a new one, if there is no current title, then set the current title to value. Current title is that value. Okay, when it's rendering, why doesn't it render? Oh, wait, where is this? Current title. Oh, so the current title doesn't actually get shown there. You're only showing this as like the home page, blank page. Okay. Class name, current chat. On change, on click. And this just it's driving me nuts, but I'm not even sure if the way the assignment is written, you're supposed to get rid of it. Let's go back to teaching to the test. Let's go back to figuring out what these tests expect me to do. And I'm going to try and get the program to work the way it expects them to. Let's get rid of this. Where's some tests that we failed? List requests test. Oh, those we don't care about these requests. We don't care about the 312 stuff. That's not the app that we're working on right now. We're working on, I'm going nuts. List requests, add start. Okay, so this page is done. As much as it's something that I think doesn't do what I expect it to do, it works. This just works. Let's go over to the feedback one. All right, what do we want in the feedback? Let's go away there. This one is done 100%. Let's move on to feedback. So feedback has a list and it has an add. Feedback, where are those? Oh, they both come out of feedback request. Okay. Feedback, make the entire component functional as per the requirements. Okay. Are there requirements here? List requests. Should list feedback requests. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just going to try and figure this out. Without thinking about it too hard. This is creating a row. An individual request has an individual row. And it gets passed in these props. So request, index, and rec completed come in from request. So here, put all the requests here. So request list doesn't get props passed in. So should it be in charge of those? Because presumably this request list is going to get populated via something else. Where is request list? Import request list. Okay, so this exists here. Some defining of state and passing them to props. Okay. How about we do exactly that? So we want a request list. So we're going to have to add a request list. I'm going to put this on this side, and then I'm going to find those types. Put that over here. There's a request list props. So request list props has form data and has request a array of which requests are completed. I'm not really sure what that means. But those are the important ones. Let's see what we got. So request list has to take in a data and a rec completed. Set state, yeah, so set state action on form data. Form data is what's in a form. Add request form. Okay, so let's say const. Yeah, so it's going to be something like that, but it's going to be something like data set data equals use state, and then let's call this form data array. No? No. Oh, I have to use it like here, right? Form data array. Because it's a generic. Does that work? Can't find it. Well, how about you fix that for me, will you? Thank you. Okay, that seems to be about right. So that's all of the form data. And then I want to do const completed set completed equals use state. And then this is number array empty. Okay. Uncancel, uncomplete. Let's go to the individual requests. Request list props. And we're just going to pass that stuff down. Data equals data set data equals set data rec completed equals completed, and then set status equals, let's type things correctly, thank you, set status equals set completed data does not exist on intrinsic request list props data. If I just called this props, request list props, and then I let it, why will it not? Import from, yeah, okay, fine. Props is, yeah, fine, that's fine, that's fine. Can I do this? Data, set data, rec completed, set status. Does that work? It's just going to yell at me because they're not used? Yeah, fantastic. Come back over here. Form data is not assignable to type. Form data. This is a form data array. And is it being imported? Oh, form data isn't giving me squigglies because it is trying to use a built-in. But if I do that, then my error goes away. There we go. Okay. So I'm holding that in there. I'm not going to worry about the add request form. I'm simply going to worry about, oh, why are you going to yell at me? Oh, because it's not used. That's reasonable. Put all of the requests here. Request takes a request, an index, and a request completed. What on earth is this request completed? That includes, oh my goodness, that's not how I would write it, but that's okay. Where's the index going to come from? How do I know my index? How do I know my index? Try leveraging the request already. Yeah. Okay. How do I know my index? That's driving me nuts. Do I literally want to do an index of? No. The map will give me an index, just like in the other program. Here, there was like a dot map. Not that one. This one. Yeah. So and then comma index. Okay. So let's do data dot, oh look, dot map request index. Does that look right? Does that look right? Sure. Why are you going to yell at me? Is missing on cancel and on complete. I'm not going to care about that right this moment. On cancel and on complete. On cancel and on complete. What do these do? Oh, my screen is down. There we go. Much better. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I forgot that my head is covering this area, but it doesn't seem to be super important yet. Where are we at? We're just about rounding out the first hour. We seem to be about halfway done. This seems to be about where we were last time. Set completed. Oh, wait. Request completed. Set status. Set completed. Those are there. Wait. I wrote this? Yeah. Right? Come back over here. You're telling me you're missing on cancel and on complete. On cancel and on complete come in here, and those are functions. See where the heck those are. Is there a thing in? So this is a button. On cancel. What does on cancel do? It's supposed to cancel the feedback request, right? Add requests. No. Cancel. It should be deleted or removed. Complete. Button is pressed. Okay. But is there metadata? Is there any metadata about the request? So there's is completed. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Canceled doesn't do anything. It just cancels it. Okay. So there is a function where am I going to put that function that is supposed to be the cancel thing? Request index is request props. On cancel, on complete. Those get passed in to the individual request. Wrapping my head around it is a little bit tricky. Not because it's fundamentally hard, but because the programming, well, no, maybe I'm just not in brain space to figure this out correctly. So request data adds in, this is completed. These are request props. Is request data used anywhere? No, but it's a hint. It's a hint about how to do this. All right, request data. We're going to bring the request data in. So yes, it makes sense that we're going to attach to these buttons this on request or on canceled, on complete. So how do those get passed in? Where do they come from? Where do they get defined? On cancel should delete that specific element. So it should, on cancel, should cancel that index. And canceling that index should mean deleting it. So request list props does not. So request list props can update the data. And it's got form data instead of request data. That's the annoying part. Oh, that's so ridiculous. Okay, so request list. Okay, so we've got set data, we've got set status. So I can do this here. So I can basically say, oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, key equals index, right? Right? No, oh my God, that's so stupid. Is it stupid? I don't know. We're going to find out. Who cares? Let's see if that works. What are you yelling at me about? It's missing on cancel and on complete. On cancel equals. Takes an index and deletes it. And then does nothing else. This individual on cancel, I am going to delete it from the list. So here I want to do this and then on cancel. What am I? Why? No. Yes. Maybe. What does this do? Is this going to do what I want? Splice. Removes the element from an array from index 4.1 and sets it. Yeah, that looks right. On complete. No, that does not. That doesn't look right. Set status. Request completed. To push index. Yep, actually that looks exactly right. I wonder why. I wonder if Copilot is learning from other people doing the assignment what the right answer is, and then just letting you tab complete because somebody else did it. That's very unlikely to be true, but that is hilarious. And I wouldn't put it past our good friends at Microsoft to do exactly that. What happens next? So I'm telling it, okay, this is how you cancel this specific request. And canceling that request just means deleting it from the list. That's exactly what in React world, that's what this does. That will delete that element from the list that is being used reactively. Same thing here. I'm adding that list, that specific index to the list of completed requests. And as we saw up here, we are determining if we are completed or not, simply to see whether we have that in there. So the strike through, oh, so that's already there. The strike through's there. So now I gotta have the on clickies here. The cancel on click equals and then I passed these in, right? On cancel and on complete. On cancel, on complete. And then on click, let's do on, this is cancel, right? This is the cancel button, yeah. Why are you yelling at me? No. Let's do on cancel. No. Wait, maybe. Oh, on. Oh my goodness. Why? An argument for index was not. It doesn't take. Why? Oh, so here I'm using it as the closure instead of using it. Why aren't you yelling at me about that here? If you're like, oh no, please don't. On cancel. Index comes in, right? Index. Oh, that's so annoying. And this is a button, same thing. On click equals complete index. Looks good. Okay, I think those are all doing what they're supposed to do. Now, I've followed my heart. Let's see what my eyeballs say about whether that works or not. List requests, okay. Add request. Create request. List request. Okay, it's not in there. So I didn't actually finish this form. So I am not surprised that it totally doesn't work because I didn't touch the add request form. All right, add request form. So that's probably going to need to have something passed into it. The add request form should have set data passed into it, right? And then let's just do export type request form props equals, oh, stop it, this thing. And what if we just take that thing and only that thing? And then we come into here and we say these are set data on add request form props. If I save, is it going to add the include for me? Yes, that's so helpful of you. Thank you so much. Where are you yelling at me? You're yelling at me here because it is defined but never used. Set data. Set data is, well, so what I'm wondering about is whether I want to create some like helper function here. Add request. Request is a form data. And then here I'm going to do, yeah, exactly. Just like that. So then add request equals, oh my God. Add request And then here, this can be add request is a data form data void. Yep, that sounds correct. We save, we come back over to here. This is still an add, so this is not called set data anymore. This is called add request. It's only going to yell at me about being defined. And on submit, I want to so I'm getting confused here because it's going to have to pull the stuff out of the form. How did the feedback form do that? The feedback form, no, not the feedback form. How do we do it in the other, in landing? There's a div ID submit. On submit is get messages, set message that on change set value. Okay, so let's go back over here. On cancel. Oh, that's not what we care about. That's not what we're working on. There's these text areas that have all this information in them. So I can propagate. So the issue that I'm trying to figure out right now is that in React world, let's go back over here. So there's this form, right? This is a form. This is a form with one little thing inside of it. I'm going to put these all in here as these. I'm going to come over here and try and find, how do I, rendered route, feedback screen. I'm not on the feedback screen anymore, my friend. Yeah, I'm on the landing page. Okay, so put a bunch of Fs in there. And I have, so React synchronizes the state between what React knows and what this form knows. Because I can always immediately at any moment in time go find that input field and pull its value out. I can always just do document.query selector of, what's the element? Input field. Again, that's an absolutely terrible name dot value, and it's going to give me all my F's back. I can always pull that out, but pulling it out is not necessarily the same thing as keeping those states synchronized. I don't remember exactly why. Like, let's ask, why is it important to keep React's form state synced with the values in input elements? Simplifies form. So how does it simplify form submission logic? I told my ChatGPT to be as terse as possible, and it is absolutely following my instructions. So form submission can directly access state without creating the DOM or using refs. I'm still not happy with that answer, but I'm just gonna live with it. Where am I going next? So instead of using that version, instead of using this on click set value as on change, which constantly updates internal. I remember there's some other decent reason besides what ChatGPT is telling me right now as to why that is. Whoa, what the heck just happened here? I didn't break anything. Okay. Oh, what is the reason? I'm still not understanding. So I understand the real-time validation stuff. Like you can have your React code like prevent you from adding more text to a form. but I don't remember exactly why they want you to go through this whole rigmarole, because it's a lot easier to just have the on submit of this. Can I on submit? Then on submit can have access to like all the good stuff. Yeah, that looks fine. Add request takes a data which has the shape of a form data, email ID, da 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 da. That looks fine. Property value doesn't exist on this. So it's going to yell at me because get element by ID name. This is an input. This is a HTML input element. And so if I yell at it, what? Whatever. If I just say, I don't care about you, TypeScript, object is possibly null. Object is possibly null. Property value does not exist on that. As HTML input element. So if I wanted to get rid of all my red squigglies, I have to spell input correctly. Yeah, so this gets rid of my squigglies. I don't think I'm going to go through that. And that's kind of annoying. So here we're telling TypeScript, yes, this get element by ID will always return something, and it's going to return the most generic thing it possibly can, which is an HTML input element, or an HTML element. I think there's a way to do this. I think that's supposed to work. Expected zero type arguments. Okay. I don't know. Can I mean, let's just ask robot friend. I've got this TypeScript code. Can I restrict the types on the function so that I don't have red squiggles? See, I don't like that either. Because I'm still doing this coercion where I'm assuming, yeah, whatever. My way is just as not terrible as that way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm reasonably confident, so I'm just going to let these red squiggles live. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? Is it because I don't have this? Yeah, okay. And that's a request. Reset form fields. How do I... this is in a form, right? How do I reset a form in JavaScript? There's totally a normal way to, like, how do I reset a form in JavaScript? Oh, thank you. On click, can I assign a button to the reset functionality without writing? Why is my keyboard so messed up? Without writing that function code explicitly. Input type or button type equals reset. Okay. Button type equals reset. Let's do that. Because why not? All right. Add request. Okay. Seems like that's doing what we wanted to do. There's one thing that I think is missing still. There's one thing I know is missing. List requests. There aren't any requests. Create. Reset. Nope, that didn't do what we wanted it to do. We're on the... What is going on here? Clear. Create. Create isn't doing anything. On submit. Does that count? Oh, this is submit. On submit. Did I wrote that instead of on click? Oh, and then it's not going to prevent default. So I'm doing like old timey JavaScript. Let's do type equals button. That's right. And then this is on click, not on submit. And that has created a thing. I can complete it, which arrows it out. I can exit, which gets rid of it. That's fantastic. Is this another one? Did I create a... maybe create? That's fine. Weird. Yeah, I seem to have some state problems here. I'm not going to lie about that. And then the one thing that I know I'm missing is there are these initial datas that need to be pulled in at the very instantiation of this list. Where do we instantiate the list? Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it here? Yes. So use state form data. So I'm going to import initial from initial data.json. And you're going to yell at me because it's never used. And initial data has this shape. And the data, I'm just going to set this as initial. Come back over here, list requests. Okay, fantastic. If I restart request, create, come back over here. Okay, complete. Add requests, lots of F's to pay respects. Come back over here. Okay, that looks about right. All right, now we're going to see what our tests say about whether we got this working correctly or not. Lots of green arrows. Beautiful. All right, well, I'm going to get rid of that use effect called. Get rid of this guy. Oh my God. Sometimes this editor really rankles my crankles. Let's get rid of this. And did you know that every day, 15% of queries passed into Google are queries that have never been found before, that have never been asked of Google ever in the entire history of the universe? 15% of all queries every single day. So if you type in, what does rankles my crankles mean? That's probably going to be one of the 15%. Anyway, now that this test case, all these tests are showing me some happy green checks, I'm done. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to normalize this audio and I'm going to post it on YouTube. Have a great night.